I hope this message finds you well. I hope you're well. This space has been created because I've been on YouTube for over 10 years, like it's going up to 13 years, and I promote my work. And as I've promoted my work, I've evolved and I've grown, and I've moved to a point where I teach what I do, the physicality of what I do, right? And I'm known for KnottedLocs. But there is a part of me that I feel I would like to share, because I feel like it would help beyond KnottedLocs, beyond having locks, beyond being even a melanated woman with natural hair, African texture hair, all of that. There's the human side that I feel like every single one of us identifies with. Every single one of us identifies with. And every single one of us has work to do on ourselves, on our inner selves. So I feel like this space is the right space to actually share my thoughts. I think that's what it is. It's share my thoughts. So this space is going to be super, super spontaneous. As I have a thought, I'm just going to share it. And that's simply because of the way I exist, the way I live. So to give you a background, I didn't know the word for it. I would say depressed. I would say an overthinker. I would say I was so attached to my culture. I was so attached to my blackness. I was so attached to everything. And I wrapped that up in my identity. And then when I wanted to be me, I felt like I had to think about how we would look to this group, to that family, to that, how do I sound, and as a woman who has come from, who's attached to various environments, and most of you who are from a different nationality will understand that you change the way you speak depending on who you're communicating with. You change the way you speak, as if like, and also you're just taught, you're just there's just this programming of what would I call it, brainwash, and I'm trying to deprogram that, and I know a lot of us are trying to deprogram that, and that's why I feel like these shares are really important. But there's this programming of you have to behave in a certain way to be liked, because it's all about being liked. And so I feel like this space is a really good space for you to tap into, to just remind you to chill out and stop overthinking it. And this is the version of how I do it. So what I do when I teach you what I do, and then I bring out a version of what I do into you, and I transfer it into that person, and then that person go ahead and practices, and then ultimately it becomes theirs. So I've always believed that when you're teaching, when you're managing, when you're mentoring, you're meant to empower the person. They're meant to not need you anymore. So if you're going through therapy, I believe that after a while you don't need the therapy. That's how I feel. The person should empower you enough to go, right, you've been with me for a year, I feel like a year is nice. You've been with me for a year, okay, maybe 2, and it's time to leave. My background is recruiting, and I always believe that when I place my candidates within that agency or organization, I also believe that they should be there 2 years and maybe look to do something else. 3rd year, you should be gone. You don't want to be part of the furniture. You want to be always doing something new, something exciting, something, just bring in something else, because then it brings in new habits. That's how I feel. So this space is to remind you that changing it up and becoming more of yourselves, more of yourself while you change it up is really important, right? It's a really important part of this experience, because that's what makes it interesting. And then also with the future, I want to talk about this spirituality idea where like we all have different ways of practicing spirituality. So I feel like I have my own version, just like I have a version of how I live and look after myself and my hair and all of that, my skin. Everyone has a version. I want to share with you my version, my idea. And my idea is it changes as well, because I really believe in change and adaptability. But it is the idea that there's a voice that's inside of us all. And that voice is, be still and know that I am God. The God is within thee. The God is within you. And I really strongly believe that you're speaking to yourself all the time, but that you speaking to yourself is omnipresent, very powerful. It is the God within. It is you. And it's you who has been here before. Before this physical body, you've been here before. And that knowledge of the purpose of what you have to be experiencing, what you're here to do, is it's so clever, it's so wise, it's so loving, it's so gorgeous, it's so beautiful, and it's whispering to you all the time. And that's the sound you need to hear. That's the voice you need to hear. This is the voice that directed me to create Beyond KnottedLocs. This is the voice that has guided me to do what I do. This is the voice that guided me from many years ago when I asked the question, what should I do? It told me what to do and I did it, and it worked, right? So I want to talk a lot more about that voice and trusting, because sometimes I feel like when we've decided we're going to change, we're going to stop doing what we do, we're going to introduce new habits, we start off and we're like, I'm going to do this, and then you can't. You struggle, you sabotage yourself, you do something, you create these blockages. But when you listen to that inner voice, it's like your parent, it's like your mother. It's Mother Earth speaking, and it tells you what to do. You jump and you do it. I swear the rewards are phenomenal, but it's scary when you're not tapped into that voice. It's scary when you're not tapped into the voice. So I'm Melissa. I'm here on a regular basis to remind you, chill girl, chill boy, chill. Brother, sister, chill. I just follow that voice. Listen to that voice. And when you listen to that voice, you're gonna be cool and fine. But to do it on your own, I really struggle because there's nobody to talk to about this. I grew up Catholic, Methodist. I grew up, what I know, like what I've experienced, because I work with so many different energies. When I first started, I couldn't find my tribe. So I struggled. Who do I turn to? So for you alone, let's say you're alone in your house and you're like, I am struggling with this and I want to make a change and I don't know how to make a change. Stay with me. And I'll walk you through, I'll talk you through, and I'll help you through it. Your comments are really important. Your questions are really important, because if you ask the question and I can deliver and I can answer, I promise you, I will try and give you the answer or a guidance. Now, the answer is never wholly what I'm saying. It's never that. The answer is within you, but my job is to bring it out of you. And the reason why this is really important, because I sit with so many energies when I'm working with hair. I sit with so many people, and the work I do is natural. I'm touching the hair and I'm creating these locks. It's really natural work. And I feel and I hear the pain and I feel it in the strands, and the client is not speaking about it, but I know how to touch it. I'm giving direction. She's sad today. She's feeling low. And I know how to touch it, so that when they come out of the chair, they're different. And I'm excited for them. And I'm observing it like an out-of-body experience. That's what's crazy about this experience. And I'm like, wow, wow, wow. And they're like, well, Mel, you did it. And I'm like, no, it's the power. It's that divine power that allowed it to happen. So that's what I want to talk about more. So I feel like the first thing you need to do is just stay connected with this space, because it's going to be a very spontaneous, sporadic space. I'm going to just record wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, I'm just recording. Apologies in advance. There might be noise in the background. There might be, but if I get the message, because what I learned in my previous channel is when I get the message I do, somebody says, oh my God, you were talking to me. You literally were talking to me. And that's because I didn't wait to hesitate. I just switched on my camera and I said, because that person was in sync. And that moment was divinely chosen for us. And then I was able to help that person heal and help that person move forward. That's what this is about. This is about love, healing, and playtime. Like, play with it. You know what I mean? It's life. It's your gift. You were born perfect. So that's what this space is about. I hope you watch this to the end. You got it. Because sometimes I'm going to deliver something and I don't even get it, but maybe you get it. That's the point, is you're meant to get it. I am a vessel, just like I'm a vessel as I brought my children through me. I don't own them, but I do what I'm divinely guided to do. And in this instance, I've been divinely guided to do this. And so hope it makes sense for you who's watching. Thank you for watching this. Take care. Bye.